Hello there. Thanks so much for joining me today. So, this practice is going to be gentle and stretchy, and we're going to start laying down on our backs. So, go ahead, meet me on your mat in your most beautiful Shavasana. Oh, I should say there may be a need for a bolster or a pillow just for the ending. So, it's up to you if you want to grab something or not. You can pause me and grab it. And then meet me in your most beautiful Shavasana. Tucking those shoulder blades, palms facing up. Finding some comfort here before you try to settle into the stillness. The stillness can be so foreign. But can you challenge yourself to be still? Not itching the itch that wants to be itched. Not moving like a little jitterbug, just finding complete stillness. Maybe attempting to become the observer of yourself, releasing yourself from the body, even if it's just for a moment. Bringing that attention completely to the body. The in breaths, the out breath. The way the belly moves. On an inhale, we'll bring the arms all the way up overhead. And once it feels good, we can take the upper body over towards the right. And then we'll walk the feet over towards the right as well. Getting the stretch all down the left side body. If it feels nice, you can pull this left hand with the right arm and then maybe cross the left over the right to deepen that stretch. And we come back to that stillness. Back to the observer. Our own little sanctuaries here. Our bodies are our temples, and we should treat them as such. Our mind is in the body, and the mind wants stillness so that it can speak its truth. Inhale, we're slowly going to come back to center. Nice big stretch here. Getting ourselves equal again before we walk the upper body to the left. And then the lower body, the feet, go towards the left. Settling in. Maybe grabbing that right hand with the left. And maybe putting that right ankle over the left. Only if it feels good. And coming back to that stillness. Back to your sanctuary. Begin to fill it with love, peace, and hope. within you there is a stillness and sanctuary to which you can retreat at any time, and you can be yourself. Hermann Hesse said this. He was a Soviet German creator. He did poetry and painting, I think. Beautiful. Inhale, we'll come back to center, taking that full body stretch again. And then we're going to hug both the knees in. Maybe taking the knees wider instead of squeezing them together, and then pulling them down. This allows the stretch to happen in the booty and in the back here. And now let's go ahead and extend the legs up. And all we're doing right here is giving the heart a little bit of a break. They actually consider this an inversion, a type of inversion. And I guess if we propped our hips up, we would be inverted. We're just breathing here. Having a light little grin on your face. Maybe wiggling the toes, opening them up and seeing how far you can stretch them. How much room can you get in between each of your toes here? Pointing the feet and flexing the feet. Dorsal flex, plantar flex. Both wonderful. Maybe taking the rolls with the ankles. And if your legs are shaking, that's okay. Just let them shake. Give them a light little bend. It might help a little bit. Beautiful. Hug the knees in again. Now we're going to rock up and come into all fours. So swinging the legs around, planting the hands, and then making sure that our hips are over our knees and our shoulders over the wrist. Let's go ahead and do a wrist warm up here. So we're just going to rock forwards and backwards. And then let's rock side to side. Let's take the fingers and point them towards the outside edges of the mat. And let's rock side to side again. Beautiful. Let's point the fingers towards ourselves and forwards and backwards. If the palms lift up, that's okay. We're trying to stretch all into these forearms. Breathing while we do this. We're not holding or clenching the breath. Beautiful. Come back around to our normal tabletop. And let's take some cat-cows. So inhale, we lift that chest up, gaze goes forward. And exhale, we round through the spine. Inhale, lift. And exhale, round. Inhale, we lift. And exhale, we round. Let's take one more round. Inhale, lift. And exhale, around. Beautiful. We're going to walk the knees back a little bit, about 6 inches, and we're coming in for puppy. And then we walk the hands just a couple inches forward. And then allow the head to come towards the mat. If the forehead doesn't reach, just keep the gaze forward. This will help Deepen the stretch through the shoulders here. And breathing. Nice deep inhales. And steady, controlled exhales. Let your next inhale rise you up and bring you forward. We're going to come to lay on our bellies here. You're going to take your hands into a triangle. Put your forehead in that triangle. Now let's take the hips to the right, to the left, to the right, to the left. And let's pull that right knee up towards the right armpit. Oh yes, this is just one of my most favorite stretches. Breathing. And gently, right leg comes down. We can keep it bent and reach the right arm around to grab that right foot. To stretch our thigh here. If it feels good, you can bring that right ear to the mat. Otherwise, you can stay lifted. Pushing the hips down will help to deepen this stretch. And if it feels good, you can take that left hand around too. Very gently, we release that foot. Bring the hands back into our triangle. Forehead in triangle. Shift the hips left to right. And we're going to pull that left knee up towards the left armpit. Oh yeah. And then settle back down. And find your stillness here. Find your sanctuary. And slowly peel that leg back down, keeping it bent. Reaching the left hand around to grab that left foot. And maybe bring in your left ear to the mat. Pressing the hips down. Maybe bringing that right hand around to meet that left foot. And pulling. And very gently, we release that left leg. Let's go ahead and take the arms overhead. Nice full reach here. Just continue to reach forward, stretching through that body, pointing those toes. Beautiful. Let's plant the hands under our shoulders. Tuck the toes. You can keep the knees on the mat. We're going to lift up. And now we're going to bring this right foot to the outside edge of this right hand, coming in for our lizard here. Now, I want you to find what feels nice for you. If this is it, I want you to stay here. If you want to bring the right hand right to the right knee, right thigh, give it that a little gentle pressure. You just want to make sure that knife edge of the foot stays on the mat. Or you can calm down to your forearms. So many options. And wherever you land, find that sanctuary, find the stillness here. Accept that we are not here long and we can enjoy this. Nice controlled inhales and exhales. Wherever you are, we're going to slowly come back up. And we're going to send this left leg back into our modified plank here. And once you find your positioning, we're going to go and step the left leg up beside that left hand. Coming in for our lizard on this side. So of course, we're going to have the same options. If you want to take this left hand to this left leg, deepen in that stretch here. Be my guest. You could also just stay here. And if you also want, you can come on down to the forearms. Just listening to the body. We don't want it screaming while we're trying to find stillness. So we have to accept our bodies and where they are as well. I think yoga's a good teacher of that one, acceptance of. Wherever you are, pedaling back up and slowly and gently stepping that leg back. Let's go and tuck the toes and send our booties back towards those heels. A nice toe stretch. I promise I won't have us here long, so let's just enjoy this. Maybe closing the eyes down, finding the peace and the stillness here. Thinking about anything other than the toes. Redirecting the thought pattern. Rewiring the firing pattern. Beautiful. You can take those legs to the side and sit back. If you want to rock and roll, now would be your chance to do that. Nice spinal massage. Oh yeah, and we're gonna bring our legs into cobbler here. And we're gonna fold forward. And then we're gonna bring our feet open like a little book, maybe giving our feet a nice little massage Toes are included in the feet, so if you give your feet a massage, don't forget the toes. They were just all nice and stretched out, so it should feel lovely to massage them and push them around. And when you're ready, we can sit back up. And if you grabbed your bolster, we're going to bring it to our sits bones and we're going to lay back. Nice heart opener. We're going to leave our legs in that cobbler because we're going to come back to that cobbler once we have sat here for just a few minutes. So go ahead. If you don't have a block or a pillow or a bolster, just come onto your back with the legs in the cobbler position. And we're back to finding our sanctuary, that peace and love and joy that is within our safe space to be ourselves. The breath is such a great tool to use when we can't find stillness. The mind is too fidgety. Just bring the awareness and your focus to the inhale, ensuring that the belly is getting plenty of that air. The nerves that are in our bellies, when our belly fills up with air, it sends signals to the brain to say, we're okay. If you're ever in a high anxiety and your heart starts pounding, do me a favor. Take yourself out of the room and bring the awareness directly on the breathing. And on the inhale, make sure that you fill that belly up with air. And I want you to immediately watch the heart rate slow. Immediately after you take that breath. If you're crying so hard that you can't gain control, I recommend the breath again. Fill that belly up. Let the body know that we're fine. We're just going through an emotional cleansing. The body doesn't need to think we're being chased by hyenas. We want to be able to calm ourselves with the tools that we have. Inhale, we're going to slowly come back up. And we're going to come in through this cobbler position and fold forward again. Nice in breath and out breath here. And then we're going to peel ourselves up and meet in a nice seat. Go ahead and bring your hands at heart center. You can bring your thumbs up to your third eye. Namaste. I really hope that you enjoyed this practice and that it was just what you needed to calm you down a bit. Have a great rest of your day, and I look forward to seeing you back on the mat.